Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Clarence and this is going to be the first video of my new series about the making of my new short movie Fetal Attraction. I decided to start by showing all the process about the different scenes. Actually, this first movie is already on production and it's been like 1 year that I'm already working on it. But anyway, I just think that might be really interesting to show the process of working on every scene and on the different stages, which I'm doing all by myself. And actually, this, for example, is going to be the coloring of scene 18. So I will talk about how I'm working on it. Maybe a bit of the story behind the short movie and without spoiling it very much, because I still want to make it without many anticipations. But anyway, now that I'm doing some of the processes which are really like mechanical and boring too, actually, normally I would watch something while I'm like coloring or like cleaning up my animation, but now I decided to start and try to share my work process. And as I told you, this is going to be the first video. I decided to make it as easy as possible so that I can test how it's going to be. I will give you a bit of a context about the short movie. It's going to be my interpretation about one aspect of the connection between man and woman. Is going to be an onirical experience and some, in some way, therapeutical too, about the connection between the masculine and the feminine. Well, it's the result of a really long thought process. And as I told you, it's like it's already been more than 1 year actually, because I started to work on this project as soon as I concluded the first one, the other exterior. I already had the idea about it, so I just had to do all the stages of the work again, like from the storyboard to the rough, to the cleanup, or to the tie down, actually the cleanup and now coloring some of the scenes. But now my idea is just to show how I'm working on it and actually work on it while I'm recording, so that I can share the work with you guys, because I actually really enjoy when somebody else is doing that and I'm actually working with him. So let's begin. This is the scene 18. Now, how can I talk about it without spoiling it very much? Let's say this. Not only I have the idea to make short movies by myself, but it's almost like I have a plan. Let me explain, because the fact is, I know it's a bit of a crazy idea to start by doing a short movie all alone by yourself. Well, it depends when you're working on a project for so much time. It happens that you start to get passionate about your clips, even though you know there are some mistakes, or even though you know that actually it's possible to do it better. Why I'm telling this? Because if I watch this animation, I can see that I don't know, maybe you can change the timing. You can do something differently actually, but I myself decide not to, for many reasons. One of those is because now I think like it's like it has to be, you know. The same happened with the other Astania when I rewatched some of the clips, and I saw that there are mistakes, things that now I would do maybe differently, but it's almost like everything took life, you know. And I think this is because I put so much time and effort on it that happens, the kind of magic that happens when you are making art with so much effort. So now I watch this animation and I think, well, I don't know if it's possible to do it better. Probably yes. Of course, yes. But it's my animation, you know? And one of the other things that was my goal with this short movie is to do some of the scenes that I enjoyed the most out of the movies I love. And now I will show you where I took the inspiration for this one. And the other thing is that I was looking for make also an homage to the animations, the movies, the animators, as I call them, my masters that I love. When you will actually see the full short movie, I don't know if some of them are going to be more like visible, others less. But of course, I will talk about it when will happen. When the short movie is going to be completed and posted, and it's also a way for me to study. And because one of the things that I think it's more great about animation is that you can simply study the animations that already were done. But I don't know on which medium or artistic form you can actually learn so much by deconstruct it or without actually someone who explains to you how it's done. With animation you can. After you studied the fundamental principles, like the timing, like the shapes, like the 12 principles of animations, which actually we will talk about this in this channel with exercises and something I have on my mind that I will bring here. But when you have those principles in your mind, you can actually see how they are used for doing the animations that you love, actually. So what I'm doing also in this short movie is, as I said, try to make an homage to the animations that I love, but also but also in this way I have also an excuse to repropose those animations in my way, making them my own with my characters, in my story. Now about this one, as I told you, I had the inspiration when I watched one of my favorite movies actually, which I highly suggest you to go and watch. The movie is called Bittersweet Life. It's a South Korean movie by Kim Ji-won, if I'm not mistaking the name. And this is the scene.
네. 네.
So this was the scene. We will talk about it now in a second, but I want to start, keep going coloring the scene. I will talk about also the way I'm coloring, which is not the correct way actually, how they told me in the academy, or how you could find in a tutorial about Harmony Toon Boom, which is the program I'm using for this clip. But anyway, so we are here. I'm doing the first draft of color. Okay, the movie we were talking about is a movie by Kim Ji-won, if I'm not mistaking the name. Anyway, it's a revenge mafia movie, because he's like the best guy of this boss, this mafia boss. Well, he gets actually the order to control her. And those are the signs where he starts to get infatuated by her. And the movie is like this this revenge story where the boss finds out that he is starting to love her, and so he wants him to get killed, but he survives, and then he takes revenge about everybody. But it's not a simple revenge movie. Actually, it's something so stylish, and I don't know how to say it, but it's pure cinema. Because if I talk about it, you might say, well, it's nothing new, it's nothing interesting maybe, or it's nothing so deep actually. But in reality, I don't know, it's one of my favorite movies, and I'm like a cinema guy. I love to watch movies. I mean, trying actually to make movies, so I study them. So I have a taste about them. I get why some of the great movies are so important and everything. But some of the movies are so strong actually that you don't even know why. You can actually find out why a movie is so great, but there aren't the basics. If you talk about it to convince someone that this movie is so fucking great. Because to explain why A Bittersweet Life is so good, I can't talk about the greatness of his director, because I actually don't know much about him, if not about the pelis made, which are all considered. He didn't do many, but they are all considered like masterpieces. It's actually, you watch it and you love it, and I think this is one of actually the main reasons why I love this movie so much. So my idea was to repropose the scene where Harry is like putting her hair behind her ear to show the moment when he fought for her. So this was the idea. I don't know if I came even close to the simplicity of the scene. Probably, I don't know, maybe in the context of my short movie, yes, because if you watch it, there is a motive behind, also a way for her to be more mechanical and like fake too. When we are going to talk more about the movie, actually, maybe you will understand more about what I'm talking about. You know, when you are working in a project like this, you have also to find a way to make it fun for yourself. So you are an artist, actually a visual artist, because I think this thing is important too, because you have to, in a way, we propose the images that you have in your mind in your project. If you are a musician or a writer, it's different, because you have like to find your way to put the things in an order. What I mean by that, if you are a musician, I don't know, by simplifying that, we might say that you have the notes and you find a way to put them in an order which works and which creates some emotions when somebody hears them. The same happens when you're a writer, because you have especially like if you write poetry. What is writing if not the combination of words in a way that shows feelings, actually, no? But with images, it's different, because you can't like put something in order. You just have to have a vision and try to propose it in a way which is visible for others. And that's why something who works with the visual arts, it's going to get more influenced by the other artists. Anyway, so my idea is to to post my. I'm not going to post everything, but some of my work process. At least when we talk about this short movie, my ambition actually is to post everything about, or not, if not everything, most of the process of working on my next one, actually, which I would love not to work alone, actually, but work on it and direct it. I don't know how I'm going to do that. One of the ways I'm trying to find is by actually making this YouTube channel and find people who, I don't know, likes my vision, wants to maybe one day work with me and enjoy my projects and enjoy my project actually. This is one of my dreams, because at the end what I'm looking for is to be a director of movies, actually, animated movies. I don't know if what I'm doing is the right thing to do, but at the end of the day, we are also artists, so we have to find a way to propose our art, I think. And I don't know if stupidly, but I love animation, and I decided that this is going to be one of my ways, or at least the principal. Well, it's not like real agreeable, because I will show also here how much work goes into this and why, and that's why many people actually work on a project, not only one person like I'm doing. But anyway, but as for now, this is what I want to do and what I will do actually. So I was talking about the fact that I'm doing it wrong. Why is that? Because it's actually, it's not like this, where you have to make a line around the part that you have to color and then color it. But there are here, actually, in Harmony Toon Boom, some artistic layers here, which are not here because I have like the cheap version of Harmony, which is pretty expensive. But anyway, I might leave you a video in the description where you can watch how actually the different ways how to color your animations. So it's like a nostalgic way to color your animation. This one takes time, a lot actually, and then of course I had to sabotage myself by doing an animation which is not so easy. As you can see, the character is pretty realistic, and as you can see in this frame, this is going to be like the end results. So we have different layers of shadows and lights. This is like the render view, and so this is like the first version of Harmony. When I was in my academy, we used the advanced version with all the things in the node view here, all the layers, or all the brushes is actually, because here I have like 4. That's it, which is a big like limit. And one of the reasons why I'm not sure I will keep going to work on Harmony, because now for many of the animations that I did in Harmony as a rough, I'm continuing them in Clip Studio Paint, which is the software I'm using in my tablet. I don't have in my computer yet. But what I'm thinking about is I finished this clip, which is now I have to finish it here because I started here. And then I will just put pause through the payment on Harmony, and just work on Clips to Paint for now at least. With Clips to Paint, actually, you can treat every frame as a drawing itself. Harmony is more like an animation software, but this thing is kind of limited because you have the brushes. You don't. You are not so free to do everything you want. Let's say this. It's like more professional. You have more of a professional result even when you render it, maybe. But you know what? My ambition is to also experiment with different ways of animations, coloring, everything. So when we are going to go through the scenes I'm working on, you will see that some of them are also pretty experimental in the way are colored. And so far I had the advanced version of Harmony. This was possible because I had different brushes, and so if you go back to my short movie The Other Stallion, you see all the scenes, even though are colored in a more artistic way with shadows and everything, like the scene where he washes his hands. This scene, everything is, I did it on Harmony, which is a bit crazy because the brushes are like really limited, and it's not so easy to make a drawing like that. But I was capable of making it. With Clips to Paint, it's like having Photoshop to animate, but better than Photoshop to actually animate, because Photoshop for animation is not like the greatest software. I never animated in Photoshop, I have to say that. I know some of the animators I checked online animate in Photoshop, but of course the program has its own limits because it's not an animation program. So it's like comprehensible that there are limits in the animation aspect. But the possibility of working on every frame like is a separate drawing, it's great on Clips to Paint. And actually another aspect which I like more about Clips to Paint actually is its price, because it's much cheaper, and I can work on it on different devices too, on my tablet, and on my computer. So when I'm going to finish this scene, actually, I'm gonna stop my Harmony Toon Boom abonnement, and I will extend my Clips to Paint abonnement to my computer and work on that task for now at least. Well, as you can see, he takes a lot of time. Well, what a non-animator doesn't get sometimes is the amount of people that work on a project simply because it's so slow for everybody sometimes, especially in the animation, in the traditional animation that was done before the digital way. Even though the digital, if you are doing traditional animation, it's not like it's inevitable that you have to spend a lot of time on it. But anyway, I think I don't know, this way of working on it, like posting my process, will help me find another reason to keep on working on it, actually. Yeah, well, sometimes, like everybody, I have crisis about my work, on why I'm doing this and everything. Oh, especially because sometimes I think I should work more on something which might help me more to put myself in the animation business, actually, and work on that. Looking that, because it's one thing I'm not doing. I think it's going to be more fun when I will actually admit. I don't know how this video will come out. Then it's everything. It's still an experiment for me. It's not easy to work while you talk. It's pretty reasonable why. And of course, English is not my first language. But you know what? You don't have to give up. I have to keep working on it. I will improve. Maybe what I'm doing is going to be useful for somebody. And anyway, in a period of time where also AI is like it looks like it's going to win over everything, even art, which I think is the most human thing that we have. I think one of the ways we can win on AI it's by showing and talk about the process of making art, because it's like, yeah, you ask the artificial intelligence, you do this and you don't see the efforts, you don't see anything about the making of, but part of what makes art so human, it's the fact that when you see like a paint, a movie or something, you like you can feel the struggle of the artist behind that work of art. So I'm optimistic about this. I have to keep going. I have to keep working on improving myself in every aspect. So I think that's it for this video. And thank you guys if you watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. You can feel free to ask me everything. I have many ideas for this channel and I hope really soon to bring them to life. Thank you.